Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor here with my man Lewis from Nerd Report, and we are talking about the Kardashians. I don't like them. I don't like them. And if you missed my first video this morning, make sure you go back and check it out, even if you check it later, because we're calling them out. And this relationship with Justin Bieber was just really, really gross. We're going to talk about it more during our live. If you missed the full live, become a member over on Patreon. You can always catch our full replays, or you can catch us every Tuesday and Thursday around 3 p.m. But I wanted us to clip this portion of the live to really showcase this theory from a while back from Britney Hiatus, aka Britney Fan, who puts together a really good theory that Steph pulled back to me, and I wanted to make sure we spotlight it because Britney is now settled, and we're going to talk about Britney. She's settled, and now there's doctors on TMZ saying she's crazy, she's going broke, she's going to need new meds, and she should be locked in a new conservatorship. What a psychotic thought from a doctor, no less. But whatever, it's how crazy the world's become. But to me, this is all sort of connected in a way. It's all been connected to sort of the corruption of Hollywood, Lewis. You know what I mean? Just the shadiness and cover up of people who are out there doing no good. And I feel like the Kardashians are not good people. Now, again, speculations, making some allegations here. These aren't, in this thread aren't mine. So please do your own homework. I don't want to get sued by anybody, but I want to read through this thread and these things to sort of, hear it out and talk it out with you guys. The question we're going to talk about right now is, did the Kardashians steal $600 million from Britney? Let's investigate through this thread, thanks to Britney Fan. You ready for this, Lewis? In court filings, this was back 2 years ago. It's about a year and a half ago. Britney's attorney, Matt Rosengart, this is before they settled, called out the Kardashians for working with Lou Taylor. This man is a former federal prosecutor. He doesn't just name or implicate just anyone for no reason. This was a shot across the bow, and we have a suspicion why. Here it was. TriStar. This was a management company that repped Britney. Those of you who followed us in the Britney coverage, you guys know who Lucifer is, Lou Taylor, Pooh Taylor. We can't stand this woman. This woman shuts down content creators who bring up her name. Now her name's been put out so much that she has a tougher time doing it, but she reps She repped Britney. She reps Kardashians as well. Travis Scott, Astroworld. This woman's got so much shady stuff in her closet, it's not even funny. But she's built this company on the back of Britney Spears and Britney's success. So here, this is where it all comes up. Who is this woman? Let's get a little bit more into it. You ready? Okay. So next up in the thread. Ever since the Free Britney movement started, there's been a conspiracy about $600 million that many people believe was stolen from Britney while she was under the conservatorship.
Actually interested in. It's a conspiracy theory that I'm actually interested in.
It all goes back to 2018 when Jamie Lynn was secretly made the trustee of Britney's largest SGB trust, which had set up to protect all of her pre-conservatorship assets in 2004. So as you can see here, and we knew this, Jamie was named secretly as a trustee. She's later tried to say, oh, this was no big deal. I didn't have any power. But yes, she was named a trustee to set up, to help. And you can see it all here, all the documents to prove that that was something that actually happened. Jamie Lynn became the trustee within the same year. Britney says she was forced into a mental facility against her will and thought they were trying to kill her. It's really scary because Jamie Lynn would have been in charge of all those assets upon Britney's death. So just make sure you're following. All the assets pre-conservatorship, stuff she built on her own as an adult, was now in charge of her sister. We don't like, remember, we don't like her. And now she's in charge of it as a trustee. The same time she's been pushed into this mental facility where Britney herself has said they're trying to kill her. Week before they sent me away, that effing place, TriStar invited me to their offices. The swanky, suited up bitches. So nice with their, we're here to make you feel special. She had lunch with Lou Taylor, Robin Greenhill. They said, Britney, look at your picture on the wall. The huge black and white frame picture in the hall of their office. Kate Beckinsale was there. They sucked up to me, made me feel special. All these same bitches killed me a week later. My dad worshiped these women and would have done anything they asked. I think they were trying to kill me. I still to this very day believe that's exactly what they were trying to do, but not a damn thing was wrong with me and I didn't die. Nobody else would have lived through what they did to me. I lived through all of it, and if I remember all of it, I will sue the S at a TriStar. Psst, they got away with it all, and I'm here to warn them every day of my precious life. Just effing cruelty, and excuse my language. I honestly thought they were trying to kill me. That was from her own testimony. We know Lou Taylor wanted access to the trust for a long time. Right after Britney was put under conservatorship, emails show she was fighting to become the trustee, but it's unclear why they waited until 2018 and chose to make Jamie Lynn the trustee instead. Here she is on Dr. Phil as Britney's mouthpiece. This was like so weird. Here's an email from Lou Taylor talking about this stuff. From Lou Taylor, the trust has assets for the general business matters and the other entities. Blah, 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 blah. However, when it's a business-related deductible expense, these need to be paid out of Britney brands, Britney touring. You'll expose the trust if you pay business expenses from the trust. Any bills that need to be paid from the trust, we could prepare and submit on behalf of the conservators to Ivan. Jamie nor I want Ivan or Brian in any matter that they're not entitled to by law. That includes records. When I look at this email, Lewis, it just looks like someone being shady, writing an email to make sure that no one looks shady. That's what it looks like to me. Okay. I fought for Jamie. I have fought for Jamie for 3 years, prayed and fasted with him every week, and life has changed drastically because of this determination. And I'm asking that you do that now. I am the right person for this GW. All this retracted, but there you go. Proof that Lou Taylor is seemingly involved, right? After becoming a trustee, Jamie Lynn attempted to use her power and filed documents to move Britney's money into a separately managed trust account with a company called Stonebridge. These documents are available in the public, lacourt.org case, BP 109096. Here's Jamie with Jamie Lynn and her father, Jamie, and there's Pooh Taylor. And here is that Stonebridge company, okay? Follow me so far?
Yep.
Managed trust. Looking into Stonebridge Wealth Management, it turns out that Lou Taylor was once an investment advisor there and was even listed as the vice president at one point. So Jamie Lynn was trying to move Britney's money into Lou Taylor's old investment firm.
Advisor. But as of May 2013, her registration was no longer valid. I don't know what happened to it, but she just is not registered with the SEC anymore as an investment advisor. Similarly, she has not passed any industry exams and she has no professional designations. On the next page, you will see her employment history. And as far as
Pretty sure.
so, I
that's
found
BJ.
something interesting.
Yeah, that's
Pretty sure it's BJ. And of course, she's been on this. That's why we have her on when we can to do this, because she knows all of this. It gets worse because when you look at financial records from Stonebridge, you'll see that their assets under management went up and then down by $600 million very suspiciously. Right around the same time, Jamie Lynn filed her petition. So here it is. You guys can see it right now. $600 million. That just magically, where'd it go? Jamie Lynn eventually withdrew her petition and said she was going to resign as trustee. So if any of Britney's money moved from the trust into Stonebridge, it would have been done without court approval, and Jamie Lynn is in deep, deep trouble. Jamie Lynn decided to withdraw a petition, resign, will not place assets until there's a new trustee. Here she is again. She's very good friends with Lou Taylor, which is super creepy and effed up. We also learned that despite Jamie Lynn trying to mess with Britney's money, she actually never undertook any of these steps to become trustee. So she was basically trying to move Britney's money into Stonebridge without even having the power to do so. That's how messed up this all gets. Here's Jamie Lynn through her lying through her teeth about being Britney's trustee in a now deleted Call Her Daddy podcast. Interestingly enough, we've talked about this. We have it on Popcorn Planet too. I didn't know it was now deleted. That's even more damning.
My sister asked me to oversee a trust if something were to happen to her.
So Britney asked you.
Yes. Now, when I was approached by her team of lawyers or whatever, they were like, well, you have to get a lawyer and do that. I was like, so I did not even follow through with these steps to be a trustee over that will or anything. And that never even had anything to do with the conservatorship.
So legally, there was nothing ever filed.
Nothing. And I can, like, do I have my phone? Really?
This is helpful because on the internet right now, everyone thinks that whatever you're about to explain was involvement in the conservatorship and you had like a hold on some type of something.
I wish this woman, this dumbass daddy, would have actually done her homework and could have nailed Jamie Lynn, because she'll never do an interview like this again. But Cooper here, whatever her name is, should have nailed Jamie Lynn against the wall.
Read the actual,
and she just was not prepared enough.
From her, this is her team filed these papers that say Jamie Lynn Spears never took the very minimum steps.
Her team? You mean the conservatorship?
To proceed with any of this.
So you were never involved in the conservatorship?
I never had one part in anything ever in Britney's conservatorship or her life at all revolving
Liar.
around the conservatorship.
Bullshit.
Jamie Lynn Spears
Liar.
was never involved in any capacity in the conservatorship. Legally documented, factually documented by her own team.
Interesting, right? Going back to that, let's look at that email again. Make sure we don't do anything suspicious. Let's make sure we do it all legally because we don't want Jamie Lynn. I think, look, I have so many thoughts on all of
I
this.
sign anything that connected me to the conservatorship, even if it was something as like that. I wanted no part of the conservatorship. So even signing a trust for the boys, I did not want to agree to it because it was still under the umbrella of the conservatorship. Everything was.
Many fans believe the $600 million was quickly moved out of Stonebridge into a holding company by the same name in Panama. You may hear about the Panama Papers, which unveiled how rich have been using offshore companies in Panama to hide their corruption. Here, what it is. There's a Panama account with Stonebridge. Panama Papers exposing the offshore finance industry. Again, these are allegations, but still. Anyway, what does this all have to do with Kardashians? Well, earlier this year, there was an article that sparked some eyeballs. Kim Kardashian all of a sudden got $600 million richer. We also know that for a fact, Lou Taylor is in control of Kim Kardashian's trust based on these documents from her divorce with Kanye. If you're Lou Taylor and you need to hide $600 million, would Kim's estate be a logical place to try and hide it? There is, for valuable consideration, Kanye West, Lou Taylor, trustee, yada, yada, yada. A lot of connections here. And now there's this. Kylie Jenner has just sold half of her company for $600 million. If you're following the conspiracy, that means the money could have went from Britney's trust to Stonebridge to Panama, back into the U.S. through Kim's trust, and now over to Kylie Jenner.
Tea about her little sister selling her majority stake of Kylie Cosmetics for $600 million.
I've known that selling her business was always in the works for her for a long time.
Now, look, is this a little bit of a thread? Like, it's kind of loose, Andy. What's your point? But this is how the rich people do it. This is how the corrupt people do it. They know how to push the money off and then reinvest the money into other positions or skims or whatever to potentially, have it be back on the up and up. You know what I mean, Lewis? Now, again, alleged, not saying this actually happened. I have no proof of this, but this is the theory, okay? You follow me so much? If any of these is true, it would be classic case of money laundering, which if you watched Ozark, that'd be a better example where you get the money, you put it offshore, and then you go buy it in Kim's estate. Here's some money, Kim. But it's really the money that they stole from previous, just like in Ozark. They used the casino boat and other, Jason Bateman used all those things. Marty Bird, great show, by the way. If you haven't watched Ozark on Netflix, Lewis, it's a good one. The process of taking dirty money or illegal money, moving it offshore and then back into the U.S., pretending it's clean. This is typical way criminals try to hide or steal large amounts of money. And so it's just hard to believe that $600 million connected to Kim Kardashian. Now suddenly Lou Taylor, who dropped $600 million, suddenly now pushes it over to Kim Kardashian after being connected in a Panama account. It's not that far-fetched, to be honest. To be clear, we have I've not been able to confirm that Stonebridge Holding Company in Panama is related to the U.S. company by the same name. We also do not know if the $600 million is Britney's money or if we just stumbled upon some really shady stuff happening with the Kardashians. Either way, the FBI should investigate because it would be very embarrassing for a bunch of stans on Twitter to crack one of the biggest scandals in Hollywood before them. Thank you for reading and share, blah, blah, blah. If my account goes down, you know why. She hasn't been active in a while, ironically. So I don't know. But look, it's a little bit of a theory. I get it. But the connection to Lou Taylor is an important one to know. And the lies of this family, the money that was stolen, it's all very interesting. And even if they didn't steal it from Britney, this idea of the shell game and the money coming in, I know Kardashian stole a lot from that David guy, the Kim Kardashian Ruined My Life guy. Check out his interview on our channel. It is just shady. But there's enough here to make me wonder what's actually going on. I think that's valid to say. There's something else going on here. And then you couple it with the fact that now the media and TMZ is saying, well, Britney's crazy. She's crazy. And sure, she posts some wild Instagram things, but so what? She's allowed. If she wants to throw away all her money and keep dancing in her room, doing the same weird dances, you go, girl. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in the slightest. You're free. You have your own rights. You go do what you want. But no, TMZ's out there constantly saying she's broke, she's crazy. Now a psychiatrist is weighing in saying she needs a new conservatorship?
Oh.
She needs to be enslaved, Lewis. We need to put her back in, chain her down, and put her back to work and pump her up with lithium. I'm just in shock. But I'm not really in shock because welcome to the business. Britney Spears settles, no justice is served. Lou Taylor's still out there stealing money. Lou Taylor's working with Travis Scott, Astroworld. Lou Taylor's working with the Kardashians and the Shanias. Lou Taylor's working with Diddy. That's right, Robin Greenhill, who's in the Diddy suite. All those accusations works for Lou Taylor. Now, Robin Greenhill, I think, is just a pawn in things, and she'll get her due. But Lou is really sneaky, in my opinion. And I think she's using Robin and others to be the fall guy for a lot of things that are going to happen. But it's all connected. From what we did with Britney Lewis to now upcoming with Diddy to this stuff with the Kardashians and Bieber. It's all effing connected through Hollywood crazy corruption. And while we don't have the exact proof just yet, it's imperative we keep reporting on this and bringing it to you, because when you see stories like this trying to destroy Britney, sure, it's easy to write her off and say she's crazy because of her Instagram. I just think that's rude and unnecessary and unhelpful. The reality is, no, she doesn't need a new conservatorship. Maybe she could use some meds. I don't know what her diagnosis is. It's not my place, nor is it yours, doctor, to diagnose a woman you've never met. Shame on you. Shame on you. This is awful what's happening out there and the way the media spins it all. And that's why I think this story is important. And regardless of whether the Kardashians did, in fact, launder this money somehow through Lou Taylor, I don't know. But I do believe they've done shady stuff, and I wouldn't put it past them. Well, there you have it. What an awesome show. If you missed the full one, make sure you go click on our Patreon, become a member. You'll be able to watch the full streams whenever you want. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up as well, and leave your comments down below. We're live here every Tuesday and Thursday around 3 or 4 p.m. Hope to see you guys in the next one. We talked about a lot of fun stuff, so always catch us live and catch our other videos if you can. Watch them, support them, comment. We're going to send you over to Nerd Report next if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, click on these videos. Appreciate you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.